Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Mama T. Today we're going to be cooking lentil and sausage soup. And we're starting off with sauteing our carrots, celery, and onions. And we're going to cook this and let our onions and celery get translucent but not quite tender, because I cook lentil soup for about 2 hours and I don't like to have the carrots and the celery too soft, because then it'll be really mushy by the time the meal gets done. So we're gonna let this cook for about 3 minutes. Now that it's been cooking for a while, we're gonna add our minced garlic. And garlic tends to cook really fast, and it also tends to burn really fast. So if you add it in at this point, then you won't have to really worry about it burning. And now that the garlic is in, it smells so incredibly good. We're going to add our seasoning. And in this cup we have oregano, basil, thyme, pepper, salt, cumin, and coriander. And we're just going to add all of our seasoning. And this is going to really wake up the flavor. And when I tell you, when you put all these seasonings together, it smells incredible. And now to this mixture, we're going to add our diced tomatoes. I have a very large can, but I'll have the instructions for the right size can down in our instructions. I'm sorry. And we'll mix that together. And then to this, we're going to add our chicken broth. And if you don't have chicken broth, you can use 2 bouillon cubes. It does the same thing. And then after you mix that, we're going to drop in 2 bay leaves and our beans. And one thing I forgot to say, these are lentils. Our lentils have already been picked, and they were actually soaking in hot water for 30 minutes. You can soak them longer, but no shorter than 30 minutes. And you can just add your lentils. And this is going to cook for 2 hours. Now that I've fished my spoon out of my soup, I've mixed all the ingredients together, and we're going to bring this to a full boil. And then we're going to turn it down to a low heat and let it simmer for 2 hours. And you have to watch lentils, because lentils are really little, as you can tell, but they are really hard. So in the 2 hours, when you stir it, I would say stir it 3 times occasionally, and close to the 1.5 hour, you can test your lentil to see if it's tender. Make sure it's tender enough that when you eat it, you don't feel the hard pieces. And at the 1.5 hour point, we're going to come back and add the sausage. I've already cooked the sausage. I use Andouille sausage because it adds a hint of spice to it. And I just cook my sausage ahead of time. So at the 1.5 hour, we're going to come back and we're going to add the sausage. And I do that because some recipes you'll see that will tell you to add the sausage at the beginning. I don't, because that tends to cook all of the flavor, because you're boiling the soup. You're simmering the soup for 2 hours, and you're going to pretty much boil a lot of the flavor of the sausage out. So I added at the 1.5 hour point. Okay, these lentils are cooking faster than any lentils I've ever cooked. We're at the 45-minute mark, and they are actually almost tender. So we have cooked and chopped up our andouille sausage, and now we can add our sausage. And I would say, before you add any more seasoning, to let this simmer for probably the 30 minutes, because andouille sausage is spicy and it's full of flavor, and then you'll be able to know whether you need any more spices. And I also found that I would need probably about another cup of water, because the lentils tend to expand a little bit while they're cooking. And then we're going to let this cook 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Our lentils are just about done. As you can see, they have a rich color to them. I'm going to add a little bit of thickening. Some people call it roux, some people, but I call it thickening. It's just flour and water. and just make it thin, just to make it just a little thick. But you don't want it pasty, so you don't want it too thick because you want it to have the soup consistency. Then we're gonna let it boil. I'm gonna turn the heat up and we're gonna let it boil for about 5 minutes. Lentil and sausage soup is all done. Rich flavor, bright colors. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Cooking with the Momma T. The instructions and ingredients for this dish will be down in our comment section. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, share it with your friends and family, and click on the notification button so you can be notified of any upcoming episodes. Thanks again for joining us.